Hey everybody, welcome into Katrina's Crochet World. How is everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a great day and had a good Easter weekend. Hello Teresa, Rhonda, Mark, Grandpa's Adventures, welcome in. Jenny Rupert, Lisa Ann, and Susan M. How is everybody doing today? And how's everybody's weather? It is gloomy today and raining out. Hello Mary, welcome in. Hello Karen McMillan, welcome in. So before we get started, I'd like to read my members off. I have Deuce, Mr. G, Jenny Rupert Crochet, Grandpa's Adventures, Susan M, Lucky's House, Via Lady, aka Laura. Hello Cheryl, Mark Mullo, Diane Sharp, Rolling Through Life, Rhonda Leach, David Browning. He did an amazing live last night. It went, I think, 10 and a half hours. He did amazing. Michigan Modified Momores, Lisa Ann, Knitting Turnpike, Cheryl Camargo, The Other Trucker James Best, OMG Granny Square, Ursula, Linda Simpson, Karen McMillan, and Peggy Newton. Thank you all to my members. Hello, Chandler. Welcome in. Long time no see. And thank you very much, Mary. Hello, Lisa. Hey, Zach. How are you? What did everybody have for Easter dinner? Hello, Teresa. How's the weather there? How's the sneezing going? Gotta love allergies. Ham and potato salad. Oh, congratulations, Karen, on the new grandbaby. That's a pretty name. It was Mark. David did an amazing live last night, 10 and a half hours. Yeah, I was there the whole time, but I was kind of back and forth. Oh, nice, Teresa. Yeah, it's gloomy today, rainy. Oh, yummy, Cheryl. That sounds good. Okay, just give me 2 seconds here. Alrighty. Oh, yes. That's the thing, when Christmas and Thanksgiving and all that, you eat so much and then you have dessert and you're like, oh, why did I eat so much? Hello, Diane. Welcome in. Ooh, smoked pork chops, potatoes, and asparagus. Yummy. Ham, frog balls, stuffing, and sweet potatoes. I don't know about the frog, but the rest sounds really good. Crock pot roast with veggies with apple crumble pie. That is my favorite pie, apple crumble pie. Love it. I don't know, Jenny. I don't know. Oh, peas. Okay, okay. Mary calls them. Okay, gotcha. Oh, that'd be fun, Cheryl. Hello, Susan Burke. How are you? My Easter was good. It was relaxing. I am actually working on, I'm doing one of Bag O' Day's sweaters. I just started it today. This is the start of it. I can't wait till it's done. And I'm doing it with the Caron Cotton Ripple Cakes. And the color Meadow. I see you. That is an interesting name. It is. Thank you, Karen. Here's the link if anybody wants to come up. Now this pattern here is there is no tutorial number, but it's the crochet sweater / crochet easy sweater. I did it in the blue. I've got one that I made in blue. I've worn it on my lives before. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Mark. Mary, thank you. Lasagna and garlic bread. Ooh, that sounds yummy. Yeah, the colors are nice. It's like a yellow and a brown, like a light brown with some blue in it. Yeah, Karen, definitely, because wearables for sure, like especially this, the Ripple Cake, it's not rough at all. It's very soft, like it's stretchy. I got you, Grandpa. Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
I'll let you say hello to everybody in the chat.
Alrighty. Let's scroll up here. Hello, Jenny and Cheryl Camargo and Chandler Baker and Mark and Tricia and Karen and Lisa Ann and Mukbangs and more. Susan M. Rhonda Leach. Did I miss anybody?
Diane saying hello, Grandpa.
Diane, hello. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I was listening to the chat, and I had ham and mashed potatoes and boat eggs and
Ooh.
banana cream pie and chocolate cream pie. And coming in here, Katrina, just when I thought I was going to be a good boy, Mary has to come out with that comment. And I know she clarified it, but before then I was thinking, I've had frog legs. You must have had to eat a lot of frog balls to make a meal.
No, I'm not color controlling it, just working it up the way it is, Mary.
Hey, Susan, Karen. Poor little frogs.
Zach's like, it was Easter, Grandpa, not Thanksgiving.
Did I say Thanksgiving?
You did.
Okay. Well, hey, sorry, everybody. I'm a couple months behind.
Hey, Stokers. Oh, that's funny. Leave it to Grandpa.
Yeah.
Why not?
Here I want to be a smartass about the frog balls, and I don't know what friggin' month it is. I don't know what holiday it is.
Okay. Anyone know a pattern for a teenage 14-year-old I would be willing to graph in? I don't know.
Well, Mark, I would say, like people that write songs, it's usually around either something really good that's happened in their life or something really bad. So find something really good.
That's right.
Hey, Tyler.
It is, Jenny. It is. Oh, Karen.
That's right.
Grandpa wants another birthday. That is correct. Nice, Lisa.
Well, Tyler, you make it sound like losing 2 pounds is a bad thing.
Hey, losing weight's good. Makes you feel good, that's for sure.
Makes me feel good putting it on.
Mm-hmm. Oh, geez, here we go. Nightbot's working now. I just had to type one thing and bam, he's right in there. He's like, wake up. Hello, Breezy. Welcome in. How was your Easter?
Well, still, because if you lose your belly, you can have mine.
It's always good, though. It makes you feel good, Tyler. Hello, John. Welcome in.
Hello, Brenda. Hello, Breezy. Hey, John. How's it going, brother?
Hello, Brenda. It does, Teresa. Crocheting does help a lot of things.
And yes, I went to Walmart.
And?
I just got my essentials. They didn't have those Roblox cards.
Oh, no.
No.
Anything on the bike yet?
Now it says it's supposed to be delivered by the end of tomorrow.
Oh. Oh, there you go. That's always a good thing. Hello, Sarah. How are you? Welcome in.
Hello,
That's good,
Sarah.
Stokers. I used to drink pop a lot, and then I stopped drinking it, and I just drink ginger ale now. Oh, shenanigans. What am I doing?
I have no idea.
Me either.
I don't know what month it is.
Apparently, it's October.
So you don't even know.
Hey,
You don't
you were
even
the
know.
first. You're the first one that said Happy Thanksgiving.
Well, exactly, Katrina. But before you get to laughing too much, Thanksgiving's in November, not October.
Here it's October. Thanksgiving's October in
Well,
Canada.
that's Canada. Hello, Linda.
That's Canadian. Hello, Linda. Welcome in. Oh, dear.
Oh my. I'm gonna have to start writing down Canadia's holidays so I don't feel stupid.
Yes, you need to, Grandpa. Our Thanksgiving this year actually falls. Let's see when it falls.
Yeah, they do, Jenny.
October 11th, the day after my daughter's 22nd birthday. And your guys is falls on a 25th, which is a Thursday.
Well, seeing as how I just like to eat and I'm greedy, I might, if they have it lifted, I might just have to make a trip to your house in October
There you go.
for Thanksgiving, invite myself
Yeah,
and then celebrate it here in November.
exactly. And then we can come there for Thanksgiving in November.
Wow, man, we'll all be a bunch of happy fat peoples.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, nice,
Hello,
Mark.
David.
Hey, David. Thank you, Brenda.
That was a good live stream, David.
Yeah, Jenny. You say Canada's weird. We do things weird. The stuff that you eat and the name of the things, I tell you.
I'm not going to pick on Jenny today.
Yes, your marathon was amazing last night, David. You did great. Hello, Naughty.
Hello, Naughty. How you doing? That was the only time we got a break because all the kids went outside to look for eggs. They hid them outside.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, Jenny. I only give you crap in Zoom. I don't give it to you on live streams.
Yeah, that happens sometimes, David.
Yeah, don't read too much into that. That's
Yeah.
a that's a YouTube algorithm thing.
Mm-hmm. And how was your Easter, Linda?
Thank you, Lisa. Everybody check out Katrina's
Oh,
merchandise.
thank you, Wanda. Thank you so much.
Way to go, Wanda. Hope you had a good Easter with your grandbabies.
Yes. How was your Easter?
Exactly, Wanda. Katrina's worked hard for her monetization. That's all I got to say about that. Don't want to stir the crap pot.
Get that old big wooden spoon out, Grandpa.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to a good wooden spoon.
Oh.
Cool, Linda.
Yeah, it was quiet here. Everybody's saying, way to go to Wanda. Oh, there you go, Mark. If you don't see the email, go to Patreon to find the message. I still got to figure out mine. I've been messing with it. It's confusing.
What? Patreon?
Yeah. That's awesome, Wanda.
It is.
Great. That's great. Susan.
We had rain all last night.
Yeah, I hear you, Jenny. They hurt. Yeah, Linda, like I just like I totally forgot I even had a Patreon, and I went to go log on to become a member for Dana and Joe, and I was like, "Oh, I have an account." And then I started doing stuff, and I'm like, more stuff popped up, and it's like, "Oh my gosh, my brain." Oh, yeah. Sometimes that happens, David. Yeah. Yeah, you just go into your timers and you can add the stuff in there. You do, there is also the commands as well. You can custom command, which I will show you. You put a quotation mark, and then you put the name, and then Nightbot will drop it.
Oh, look at that. Thank you, Katrina.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it is, Mark. And tomorrow is supposed to be the coldest day all week during the day
Mm-hmm.
at 54. But it's still in the low 40s at night. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha, David.
One thing about Nightbot, David, is setting it up right. Otherwise, it'll start timing people out for stupid things and
Yes.
deleting comments for stupid things. And that, I mean, it's your channel. I'm just giving you suggestions, but it can tend to upset people. Because we can all make a comment that we don't mean badly, but it can come across that way, and Nightbot
Oh,
just
there
goes
you go,
crazy.
Grandpa.
Yeah,
Hey,
thank you,
Dana.
Linda.
How are you,
Appreciate
Dana?
that.
Yeah, you got a new one. Hey, Tiger
Hey,
Dragon
Dana.
Girl.
How you doing, Dana? Hope well. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Hey, Iris.
Yes, it is Iris. Yeah. See, she knows her yarn. I wish they would come back with those anniversary cakes. They're huge and nice. I can do that, Mark. I can have it where Nightbot drops it for you. If you want to email me your link, and then I can put it into Nightbot for sure. Hello, Crochet in Hands. How are you? Welcome in.
Hello, Crocheting Hands. Hello, Robin.
Yes, we do, David. Yes, we do.
Yep. I usually do it on a live stream basis,
Mm-hmm.
but that's just me. I'm just a little rough around the edges.
It is, Iris. It was one cake. It wasn't enough, shockingly, because there is a lot of yards in that anniversary cake. I did not do a tutorial on it. I think that pattern was Bago Days or Creative Grandmas. It's the front post, and then they're all double crochets.
You got 31 in the house, friend,
Thank you, everybody. Linda, let me
and
check.
28 thumbs up. You need to hit that like, please. Is that my time, David? Well, I'm glad you call it that. Hey, James, how you doing, man?
Give me 2 seconds here. I will put your link in there, Linda. I will definitely drop that for you. I can put that in.
And David, I have to say, just knowing you the short time I have, I think you're the type of person that finds good in everybody, and that's a good quality.
Because Linda has a great channel as well.
Cool. I will have to join her.
Great lady. Alrighty, I will get her.
Yeah, busy weekend. What's going on with FedEx, James? Seems to be a problem in Connecticut. You think so, Jenny?
Okay.
Hey, Norma.
Hello, Norma. Welcome in. Welcome in anybody that's popped in. I'm sorry I'm not on the screen right now to see who's all in here. Paste. Okay.
No, sometimes David it just comes out, you know.
Let's make hers.
And I've always found that a lot of times saying what's right on your mind is the best way to go. And if you're wrong or kind of harsh, then you apologize for it.
That's right.
Because being able to do that's a good quality as well.
Okay. So I got you in there, Linda. And I'm going to put command.
Ah, that coffee is just extra good today.
No. Coffee's always good. There we go. Hello, Norma.
Oh yeah. I think we could sit down and make good conversation, David. Even if we disagreed, we could find a happy medium in there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the world should be.
No, Wanda, I did not change my room around.
No, but
Yet.
On that note, the day's not over yet.
Okay.
But she does have the camera right in front of her face, and bless her heart for that.
Yes, instead of off to the side or way up, so it's a bird's view, you know.
See, unlike mine, I look over here at the chat and my head's turned.
You're welcome, Linda. I hope you get to your 3K soon. It's your next milestone.
Yep, Wanda, the day is still young. She doesn't even leave her stuff long enough in the room there for the cabinets and stuff to leave a mark on the carpet.
All right, I'm going to pin the StreamYard link up in. Hopefully it'll let me do it. I tried at the beginning here. I'm going to pin it at the top. That way, if anybody wants to come up on panel, they can. They just got to click that link.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people use those ring lights, David. They are nice. Mine's just a the ceiling light. The most important thing, I guess, is to have it above you. I've seen people put it in front of them when it works really well, but you can see those 5 or 6 circles from the lights in their eyeballs.
Did that go through?
You were about to go to the doctor being confused. If you had to go to the doctor for that, Wanda, I'd be there every day. I didn't know what holiday it was.
There we go. Okay, so that's pinned up into the chat there, guys. If you guys want to come up on panel, it's up there. Hey, Heather, welcome in.
Hey, Heart Song. Is that Heather?
Yep, Heart Song is Heather. Perfect.
Hope
Thank
you're
you,
having
Jenny.
a good day. Thank
So
you, Jenny,
Rhonda,
for posting that.
at the beginning, told me she bought one of my bags on my Teespring.
That's wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Wanda. He did, Robin. He did an amazing job. 10.5 hours. That's a long time. Very long time. He did great. Hello, David. Welcome up.
Well, thank you for having me.
Are you all
David.
talked out?
Actually, no. I can talk for ages and ages. I've been surprised at my capacity for running my mouth.
Hey, Camille.
Hello, Camille.
Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. Yeah. So I had a really great time yesterday. I did get a little tired at the end of it, but I didn't really get all that punchy. And my sister very kindly brought in food, and I did leave the room a couple of times for various reasons. And as you do. But it went well, and it was good. I wish I had figured out Nightbot a little bit better before I went live, but still I was okay. Linda, hi!
Hi,
I'm so glad to see you.
Oh, thank you.
Hello, Linda.
Hi, Grandpa.
Good to see everybody.
I just thought I'd pop up and say hello.
Well, it's nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Nice to see you.
And what is on your hook?
I'm doing a Tunisian scarf. Not a scarf, a shawl.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
That is pretty.
Is that Tunisian simple stitch?
Yeah. And I'm using...
And you just increase every row?
No, you just increase on... You keep this side straight and you just work up. So it's kind of like... It ends up like a triangle, you know, 2 straight sides and that. And I'm using Stylecraft Cabaret.
Oh.
It looks like the way the color,
it's like, you know, it's called Shadow.
Yeah, I like the way the colors are working with that.
Yeah, I am too. So it's the first project I've ever done. Tunisian. I only taught, well, I followed a couple of videos yesterday and then just decided, do you know what, I'm going to make a shawl.
There you go.
There are some very good Tunisian tutorials out there.
Yeah, there are.
Mary.
I have a pattern right now that is in testing that combines traditional with Tunisian. Because Tunisian on its own doesn't thrill me that much. It seems like more trouble than it's worth. But when you combine it with traditional, just to get a different texture,
yeah,
I really like it.
Yeah. I find it very close to, I mean, I'm originally a knitter. I've knitted for over 50 odd years. So it reminds me a little bit of the knitting.
Yeah, it does.
Hello, Susan.
And it's a lot thicker.
Yeah, It does provide a much denser texture than traditional crochet does.
Yes, and you need to whatever I know on my ball band it says a 4mm, but you need to go up least a size and a half. So I've gone up to a 5.5 instead of a 4.
Yes, I've heard that as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
So that
in the pattern that I have in testing, I recommend a rather large Tunisian hook for the Tunisian sections.
yeah.
I have one person testing, because it alternates back and forth, traditional Tunisian, traditional Tunisian. I have
Yeah.
one person testing it as one large piece,
Yeah.
and another person had the idea, which I think was great, of doing separate pieces that you would of traditional, and then of Tunisian that you would at the end sew together.
Yeah.
And I want to
Mhm.
learn. I want to see which works better.
Yeah. I'd like to do the interlock stitch. But I think I've only just learned, so I thought learn to walk before you run.
Actually,
So, Linda,
Don't go straight in, which is usually what I do. Just learn to walk first before you run, because that's
that was
what I
Linda,
usually do.
Go ahead,
where's the
Grandpa.
accent from, Linda?
So I'm from Liverpool in the
Okay.
UK,
Mm,
but
I
I live in.
love.
Go
Yeah.
on, sorry.
No, there are so many entertainment figures from your part of England. I love.
So many different accents.
Yeah,
My
exactly.
grandparents are from England.
Well, my dad's brother, my uncle Bill, he in 1952 he moved to Canada, Vancouver.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, he's died now, but yeah, he emigrated there.
Right.
So
Yeah.
People from the UK are very easy to understand. I've had friends from Scotland though, and my goodness, so hard sometimes with the accent. It sounds like they have marbles in their mouth,
Grandpa, you
sometimes,
do know that Scotland is part of the UK, right?
Right, but definitely a different accent.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Oh, yes,
It's
definitely.
But there are American accents that I find hard
Oh, very
to.
true. Very
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
But I'm really a big old honking Anglophile myself, and my family comes from England. Okay, back in the 18th century, but they came from England.
yeah,
But
definitely. Yeah. I mean, I
England
know.
and Scotland, yeah.
I
I mean,
know.
you can't find a more British sounding name than Browning unless it's Windsor.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. So, yeah. So I actually live in Warrington now, which is
Mm.
midway between. Well, I'm halfway between Liverpool and Manchester. My parents still live in Liverpool. I moved out many
Okay.
years ago, but
Yeah,
I haven't got a strong Liverpool accent.
I love the way some words are pronunciated. Parents.
Yes.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly. Now, I'm a big fan of two amazing Liverpool talents, Cilla Black and Paul O'Grady.
Oh, love them. Absolute. Oh, yeah,
Cilla
definitely.
Black is no longer with us.
Yeah, Paul O'Grady is amazing. Love him.
I loved him when he was Lily Savage. He had amazing success doing a
Yes, he
drag
did.
act as Lily Savage, and then he took the dresses off and had an even more amazing success as himself. And that
Yes.
is the scariest thing for any performer, to be yourself. and not have a role to hide behind.
He is
And-
so well loved in the UK. And
Oh, yeah.
have you managed to be? I'm not sure if you can. He's very much a dog lover. He absolutely
I
adores.
love his series with the Battersea Dogs Home.
I was
And
going to say, have you been able to see his programs with the dogs?
I love those. Oh my god.
I bet you were glued to the. Oh, I bet you were glued to the. I bet you were glued to the television.
Oh yeah.
Hello, Handmade Designs. Hello, Susan M.
Hi, HD.
And Susan Burke wants to know what you're working on, Linda.
I'm working on a shawl. Tunisian shawl.
I love the colors.
I thought it'd be really nice for, evening, when you go out of an evening and you just want just something to go over your shoulders. And I thought, well, black and grey and white goes with anything, doesn't it?
It does.
So yeah, exactly.
So
I'm doing another one of my hats like this.
Okay.
I do like that, David. I do really like that.
Well, thank you. The pattern is on my blog, and I talked about it yesterday on my live stream, and I had done the math and figured out what I thought the total yardage would be, which is not an awful lot. And someone said, "Oh, well, then that would be you could do one of those with one of these Dollar Tree skeins of yarn. These are 131 yards, and they're $1 each."
Wow!
And so I am just testing that theory just to see if my math is right, because there's no assurance ever that my math is right.
No, maths isn't my strong forte either.
Actually, it was mine, but still, you never know.
No.
So that's what I'm doing now.
I think that's what's putting me off doing my own patterns.
Oh, the calculations?
The calculation and everything. That is just...
That's the hardest part when you're doing that, definitely.
Yeah. And I think to myself, if I do, I'm putting... I don't want to take the enjoyment out of what I love doing.
Right.
I'm happy at the moment. I'm happy doing doing test patterns for other people.
Well, I've got a few for you, Linda.
Yeah, I know. I think I'd rather do that at the moment and enjoy my crocheting. Because
you don't want to make it a chore.
Exactly. Right. I want to enjoy it. I don't want to end up falling out of love with it.
No.
And that's so easy to do, isn't it? When you put pressure on yourself, and that
exactly.
Yeah. Hello, Sarah.
Indeed,
now,
can always
Linda
get tested help with math problems.
Exactly.
True. I just need to. Well, I've only been crocheting. Well, I only returned to crocheting in November last year.
Oh wow!
So, and I'm kind of new to crocheting with yarn because I was taught using thread and the very small. So I did the doilies and all that. So.
And now look at you.
Exactly. Yeah.
I say to my husband, why didn't I do this years ago?
Yeah, that's what my husband said. Honey, I knew you had it in you. Why didn't you do it? And I said, well, I didn't have the confidence. I didn't feel I could do it.
It takes time. Yeah, exactly. And, you don't always know that you have what it takes.
No.
That's right.
Because my channel before I changed it into a crocheting channel was all about mixed media and card making. So I just took the decision and thought, that's it, I've had enough. Let's check time for a change. I can't believe how it's just grown from there.
Well, and I never thought I could make wearables, and now I'm making sweaters and t-shirts, you know.
Yeah.
I love to make sweaters for myself.
Yeah.
They never fit right, but I don't care.
Exactly.
I've made wearables. I've made wearables with my knitting, and I've made. I've not actually. I've got a couple of patterns that I want to make wearables. You know, but I thought, you know, again, learn to walk before you run. You know, rush into a pattern and that. So I've done ponchos and I've done caplets and hats and scarves and that and shawls. So that's the next step.
I have a poncho that I need to rework and turn into a pattern. I have a sweater that I have long referred to as the sweater that would not die. I will come back to it, and eventually I will publish a pattern for it, because I keep having other ideas that I want to add. And I never thought of myself as a creator, really, because in fact, even I used to work with a guy who was an amazing writer, a novelist. And you know, he recognized my intelligence, and at least that I could do business correspondence well. And he told me that I should write. And at that time, I'm going, what am I going to write about? I don't know what to write about. And then I started my opera blog, and that really took off. I mean, it was never a commercial success, but I've gained recognition and respect from people I would only dream of meeting before.
Hello, Priscilla.
And then I started a general topic blog because I wanted to write about other things that were not opera specific. And then in the past couple of years, I sort of leaned toward crochet. So recently I started a separate crochet only blog. So, and I've transferred everything from the general topic blog that was crochet related over to the crochet blog. So now I have the opera blog, the general topic blog, and the crochet blog. And I really love writing, and I think I'm sort of good at it. So that's a pleasure. And I've also connected my blogs to Google AdSense to see if I can get a few shekels out of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I've got a blog, and I use mine as kind of a diary just for me. I mean, if some people, they know it's out there, but I kind of keep that as a record for myself, you know, so I know what I've done and that. So, but I did have quite when I did the arts and crafts. I did the arts and crafts for over 20 years, and I had a blog, and I did get over 1 million views.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So, but I think I just come to the end where I just thought I'm not enjoying this anymore. It's not, you know, it's time to change. And plus circumstances at home, I look after my dad and that, and I just didn't have the time, because I used to do samples for Craft TV for a company here in the UK, and you know, there was a lot of deadlines and and that, and looking after my dad and going backwards and forwards to Liverpool. Obviously, it's kind of a half-hour journey. It just got too much, and I just thought I need to change now.
Yeah. So Jenny wants to know, what site do you both use for your blogs?
I use Blogger.
So do I.
Yeah.
My opera blog is called Tamino File. Tamino is the tenor lead in the Magic Flute. File, Phile, means lover of. So I have long been called Tamino File. My general interest blog is called Goods and Chattels. And my crochet blog is called Bearded Yarn Dudes, which should surprise no one.
To get to our blogs, all you need to do is put in the, well, for mine's called Linda's Crochet Nook. All you need to do is just put that in the Google toolbar. And the same with David as well. All you need to do is just put the name of the blog, of David's blog.
And
blogs.
and I'm sure, Linda, you have a link to it in the description of your videos. I certainly do.
Do you know? Do you know? I don't. I have everything else but my blog.
Oh, well, think about that.
I actually have. I don't ask me how I did it. I was playing around on YouTube one day, and there is actually a button that you can click, and it'll take you to my blog. Don't ask me how I did it. I haven't got a clue. All of a sudden, it was there, and I thought, "Oh wow, how did I do that?" Never mind. It's there. Just leave it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I should actually, David. I should actually put it. I've got everything else in there, and that. But that.
Take care, Wanda.
I've got.
Looks like Starla just joined us.
Hello, Lady K.
Oh, hey, Lady K.
Hi, Lady K. So, what time is it for you in Canada, Katrina?
It is 2:53 p.m.
Right, because it's nearly 8 o'clock here in the evening.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's the same time here in North Carolina, so we're in the same time zone.
Yeah. Well, this morning, David, I kind of, when I get up and put my computer on and that, and I'd start the playlist that I'm doing. I saw David, and I thought it said 10 minutes, and I thought he never did a live for 10 minutes. So obviously I've only just woken up. So I put it on, and I thought, holy moly, 10 hours.
Yeah.
I did 10.5 hours yesterday.
I was thinking, I was in the land of Nod. I was fast asleep.
So was I. I had a great time. I really enjoyed it.
I've not watched all of it, as you can appreciate.
Well, of course not.
But I did watch the where Fiber Spider came up, and then you had
we love Fiber Spider.
Kim Affordably Crafty, and Hook. Sandy,
we love Sandy as well. Yes, she was there. And Nona May was there, I believe, as well.
Yeah.
So we had a really good time. Sorry?
Aw.
Say that again, Katrina. Katrina, I kept waiting for you to want to come up with me.
I know, I was there the whole time, and then I'm sitting here and I did my tutorial. It took me forever.
Oh.
And then I was sitting here and I was like, well, I got to get on this sweater that I want to make at Bago Days. And then I was just sitting here, trying to organize things and writing ideas down on my next tutorials and stuff like that. But I had you over here playing, and I'm over here, and I got stuff going on. I was all over the place.
Yeah, I've different people playing in different different tabs and sometimes different machines. Yeah,
Yes.
all the time. I mean, I played Linda for well over 24 hours, I think, under a different Google ID.
So that's all you both
Yes.
need is just your watch hours, correct?
Sorry?
You just need your watch hours to get monetized, right?
Exactly. Because I think I've still got just under 1,300, and of
Ooh.
course you need 4,000.
Right.
Getting those 4,000 is so hard, especially. I mean, when they changed the goalpost a few years back, and I just nearly reached what they needed before they changed the goalpost, and then they changed the goalpost, and I was like snookered. I had to not start all over again, but I had to then. It was it is really, really hard.
Gosh, an American corporation changing the rules in the middle of the game? Who'd have thought it?
Never heard of.
I don't know.
Mind you, we've got that here in the UK as well.
I'm sure it's universal.
Yeah.
But so actually, that's what was so good about the Triple C meeting this morning. Even though they abused me for making my hat patterns free, but it was about ways to monetize your channel outside of YouTube.
Yeah, I was kind of
Yeah,
I was confused on it there on what they were trying to, get at there.
Yeah.
I found it interesting.
Now,
Well,
the only thing that with them having everybody cancel their membership on YouTube and going to the patron, they're going to lose, like their pay from YouTube is going to lower, because that's where you make the money as well, is on your members and your views.
They probably will lose people in terms of numbers.
Right.
In theory, they might make up for that in the actual percentage after the whatever Patreon takes as compared to what YouTube would take.
Right.
I'm probably not saying that very well, but you get what I mean.
Yeah.
I do. Yes. Yeah.
what does Patreon pay?
They only take 8%, whereas YouTube take 30.
Right,
Wow.
I'm saying, do they pay for your views and stuff like that?
It's a purely membership forum.
Yeah.
It's just
no. Yeah, YouTube making YouTube work with Google AdWorks or Google AdSense or whatever the hell it's called. That's a totally separate thing from the membership business.
Okay.
And you have to set up your Google AdSense account. And I'm a little confused because I have the Google AdSense account through my blogs, which are through a Blogger, which is through Google. And Google owns YouTube. But I can't use the same AdWorks account on my YouTube because they don't recognize the customer ID.
Right.
So I don't know whether I have to create a new AdWorks account or what. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
No, I'll if I figure it out, I'll let you know what I learn. But
it's definitely confusing.
It's all confusing, and I think that's deliberate.
Yeah.
Well, I know with YouTube, once you set up the AdSense thing, you never go back to AdSense again. It's just automatic.
Right. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you have to set it up right. And then if you ever change whatever, if it's going directly into your bank account, if it's going directly into your PayPal or whatever, if you ever change that, then you have to change it in 11 different places.
Right.
Okay, one more. No, it is.
Right, there we are. That's what I've done so far.
That is pretty.
I like the way the color, the gradations of the ombre. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I am going to pop down now because it's 8 o'clock here and I need to go and spend some time with hubby.
All right. Well, thanks for coming up.
No.
It was nice to see you.
We
Yeah,
need you
thank you.
much more than your hubby does.
Take
Try
care,
explaining
Linda.
that.
Oh, thank you ever so much for letting me join you. And
You're welcome.
I hope to see you around YouTube. Bye,
For
everybody.
sure. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for the super sticker, Mark.
Way to go,
Oh, hey,
Mark.
Mark. Yeah. Now, Mark, you sent some messages along the way, and I'll have to look at them later. We can communicate via email and through Patreon. Mark very kindly became a member of my Patreon page, as well as a few other people in our community.
Yes.
I do have a Patreon page because God only knows when I'll ever get monetized by YouTube, and
Well, if you
I ain't
do,
made of money.
did you check to see how many watch hours you got for yesterday?
Every day I check to see how many watch hours I have, and whatever I got yesterday had not yet registered when I checked this morning, so it might register tomorrow or the next day. It takes a while.
It
You
does.
get quite a few watch hours for live streams.
That's what I'm hoping. I mean, that in addition to, I had a really good time, but at the same time, I'm going, hit me up with some watch hours, people. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, if y'all have the, it's not even a question of having time. Check David's channel out and put him on autopilot and play him during the night while you're sleeping. Help a man out.
Oh, thank you so much, Grandpa, for that idea. Yeah, I don't know.
Makes a big difference.
Yeah, yeah. I think Katrina, you and I are both in this group that Triple C does with a playlist buddy list thing.
Mm-hmm.
Where every day we're paired up with someone else, and then we play that person's buddy list.
Yeah.
And I have a separate device and a separate Google ID that I use for that, and it runs pretty much 24 hours until I get to the next, until I change it to the next one.
Right.
And whenever.
I hope that works out for you, David. But what I found in the past, I've done that with a few people, and I found out that they weren't watching me like I was watching them.
Yeah.
Well, you have to trust that they're going to do. You can't control other people. You just have to take the right actions and trust in the results.
But doing live streams like you did yesterday, David, that's where you're going to get your hours from.
Yeah, that is my hope. And I
quickly.
Yeah, and I do enjoy the live streams, and so I always look forward to the ones I have on Tuesdays and on Wednesdays. Not to be making a commercial, but I am. Tuesdays at 2 and Wednesdays at 6 Eastern. Yeah, it's I really enjoy them. I think they're fun. I like the interaction. I like the spontaneity. I have been very, very, very fortunate in that I haven't had anybody come in with, I haven't had any trolls. I haven't had any kind of offensive comments of any sort.
Right. And that's good. That's what you want.
And I know that happens. And I know it will happen to me at some point. And I know, knowing myself, that when it does happen, it's going to hit me hard.
I I had
And
that happen to me even before I got monetized, like way before. And it was to the point where my mods could not even keep up with the chat. It was just flooded
yeah,
with trolls, and it kept
Oh my
going
goodness.
going. I was
and
like,
I remember that, Katrina. I went through the same thing before, and
yeah.
nasty, hateful things.
There
Mm-hmm.
was one day I was in Granny D's live, and it was like someone had about 50 different Google IDs set up
Yeah,
with totally offensive names.
Yep.
And so as soon as one was blocked, they would switch to another one. And
Yep.
the actual comments were really nothing, but the names
Yes.
were offensive.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
yeah,
I don't know if you were there, but that's the sort of thing.
Yeah.
I do have moderators, and I cannot thank Whisper SDI, whose name is Barb, for enough for what she did for hours and hours and hours yesterday
Yes.
in
She did
helping me
wonderful.
with posting other people's links and helping me and everything. She is amazing, and she is a lovely lady. She
She is.
does amazing work. If you have ever seen any of her crochet work, it's amazing. She does totally different stuff from what I do,
Oh yeah.
but it's still amazing work. Um, and I don't know. I'm crazy about her. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I think she's wonderful. And I have this huge debt of gratitude for her now because
Definitely.
of how much she helped me yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Mark says, how do you manage to control all those online trolls?
The what I do, Mark, when it comes down to trolling, depending on the name of the troll, depending on what they say in chat. If it's something that can just out the window, I'll just delete it.
yeah,
But if it's a defensive name or they're being really evil to somebody, I will block them from my channel and they cannot come back in.
yeah. There's some things
Mhm.
You know?
you don't allow. You don't allow anything about race or religion or orientation or anything like that, because
Yeah, yeah. And sometimes people make comments that are not the sort of thing that you think that they would say, and
Right.
that they probably regret saying. So it's okay to time them out or to just delete the comment, but to keep those people in because you
Right.
know them and you know that that is not who they are. But on the
Right.
other hand, if there's somebody who is new to your channel and the way they're introducing themselves is with either their ID or the content of their comment, and it's totally offensive,
Right.
then or even partially offensive, then you have to take evasive action.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
And for that, moderators are
Yes.
just amazingly valuable.
Yeah. And that's
Um,
what we have them for, you know? Because
and
we're trying to have conversation about whatever, and we do watch the chat, but our moderators are there to protect us as well, our channel.
Exactly, exactly. And when I'm in a live stream, I'm focusing on particularly if I have other people up or if I'm in somebody else's live stream and on the panel, I'm focusing on interaction with the people who are up there.
Right. Exactly.
And I can't pay as much attention to the chat as I would like to. And
Right.
if I'm the only one up there, if it's my own live stream and I'm just trying to keep things going,
Yep.
fortunately, I've learned that I have no trouble running my mouth.
We all do it
Um,
sometimes.
Still, it's hard to do that and still interact with the chat, and you have to keep it going. You ask questions of the chat just to see if you can get people to say things that will spur further conversation. Hi, Heart Song.
And Mark said that he is happy to be a moderator on your channel now as well.
Yeah, I moderatified him just today.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to during the live stream yesterday, which made me sad, but I did it today outside of the context of a live stream. So every live stream I ever do again, he will be a moderator.
Nice. Congratulations, Mark.
Yeah. Also, I've added a benefit to my Patreon membership of having a Nightbot comment. Oh, hi, Daryl. A Nightbot comment to promote their channels or their links or whatever they want me to promote.
Hey, Daryl.
So for my I only have one Patreon membership level, and it's the lowest dollar amount that Patreon recommends.
Right.
But that includes a live stream, a members only live stream, early access and discounts on my paid patterns, and this this new promotion of their links or channels in my live streams.
Right. Yeah.
So I hope that people will go to my live streams, and the link is in every in the description of every video that I post, and also in the About tab for my channel.
Okay. If you wanted, David, you can post your Patreon link in the chat if you want, and then people can go over there and check it out.
Give me a second, then I'll go get it. Because you know me, I'm all about pushy. I'm as pushy as they get. Actually, I'm not, but I can be pretty damn pushy. Oh, come on.
Nice. And hello, everybody. And I'm doing well, Mark.
That's good to hear, Daryl.
Can you type in the chat for a second there, Peggy? Just say hi.
She did.
No, I know, but I gotta see if something worked.
Oh,
there we go. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, as for the members, eventually the more members I get, like I said on my, I think it was one of my lives or my tutorial I did last night, that all members will have their own emoji. So I will show you guys right now what we have for the emojis for everybody. Every member, I'm hoping by the end that everybody will have their own emoji.
With my Nightbot, I've got shortcuts, but I haven't done the emojis yet because I'm not a graphics guy.
Well, when it comes down to you want to do that, just let me know and I can help you out with that.
Oh, that'd be great.
No worries, Karen.
Oh, and Katrina, you did the tutorial yesterday for the hanging bag you were talking about? And it's online now?
Yeah.
I'll have to look at that. We were talking about writing it down. So I will look at it and make notes, and we'll talk offline about making it a written pattern for you.
Right. And I did explain, like, I didn't finish it yet, but I had ended it like this. I did one with a shorter one, and I used a crochet hook for an example where they could also sew dividers in between for each crochet hook. And I did the single crochet around, and I also said in the tutorial that if you wanted to add more around it, you could. But you know, you could do any size, right? Like anything on these hooks.
Exactly. And the mind boggles at what you can possibly do with that.
Yeah. Hello, April. Thank you, Karen.
See. You know, Katrina, you should post that link for that video that you just did.
I can do that.
And
So
I will look at it and I'll come up with a written pattern and maybe we'll both sell it on our own places. Or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, so today I sort of felt like I don't know if that's not the right word. My judgment in making all of my hat patterns free was questioned, let us say.
Oh,
But I look at it in the first place. The primary object is getting hats on heads that are cold.
yes.
The secondary object is making myself known
Mm-hmm.
and letting people know that I have other patterns. The tertiary object, if you will, is making money.
Yes.
So
yes.
you were in that meeting, Katrina. So I'm not. I nothing has changed in my relationship, of course, but I will. I don't feel driven to create a written defense of my of my judgment call there.
Right.
But at the same time, I was not comfortable.
Yeah.
So, and it's okay. If that's the worst thing that ever happens to me, I'm pretty damn fortunate.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But and the focus of that particular meeting was making money through your online presence.
Yes. Yes.
So I understood where they were coming from and what they were saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At the same time,
Take care, Karen.
I was uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I was trying to, like help them, because when I heard make more money on YouTube, there is, but there isn't a way of really making more money on YouTube. You just got to have the content, what makes you the money on YouTube is your members, your super chats, your super stickers, and your views.
Yeah.
And
Karen.
directing people to other channels
Yes.
where you can make money, where they can
Yes.
consume your projects. Oh, look,
Yeah.
I just got an
Hi,
alert. I
Sharon.
have a new Patreon member. Yay!
Ooh.
Yay! So, anyway, I made a benefit for my first 10 Patreon members. I still have fewer than 10. That I would take every opportunity to promote their channels or their links whenever I go live.
Yep. And that's what Nightbot, I think, is amazing for. We're promoting, we're helping other channels instead of us having to type it in. It's a great way to help other channels out.
I wish I had Nightbot fully in place yesterday, but I had not read the directions. Oh my God, I'm such a guy that way. I had not read the directions.
Thank you, Sharon. Right back at you.
Yeah. So if I had read everything, I would have known and done what I needed to do. And I could have used Nightbot yesterday.
Yeah, yeah. So Heather wants to know, is that why you have a blog, so you don't have to pay for anything?
Who's that directed to?
I'm not too sure.
I have a blog because I love to write. I started writing about opera because I love writing and I love opera. And then I started writing about general topics because there were things that I wanted to write about in order to just express myself that didn't fit into an opera blog. And then, as 5-6 years ago, I got back into doing crochet, I wanted to write more and more about that. And the general topic blog started to lean more toward crochet, but a week or two ago, I created a new crochet specific blog, and then the general topic blog went back to general topics, and now the crochet specific blog is there for crochet items, for crochet topics, and that one is called, not surprisingly, Bearded Yarn Dudes. Oops. Bearded Yarn Dudes.
Nice.
Oh, have I not shown you this?
No, I haven't seen that.
I got these from Vistaprint. It's just postcards. They're I provided them the graphic, which of course my beloved ex created. And I just made the postcard. On the back, it has my social media links. So whenever I send out a package, I can write a personal note, or I could use it as an actual postcard. If I send any of you Christmas cards this year, that's what you're going to get.
That's a great idea. So Susan M. said she's also looking for ideas where she can post her patterns for free without paying for the website. That I'm not too sure about.
You can post them for free on Ravelry, although not everybody loves Ravelry because there are stories about them not respecting copyrights. But you can post them for free on Ravelry. You can post them if you create your own blog. You can do it that way. There are actually, if you create your own blog and you join crochet groups on Facebook, you can post links to the patterns in the Facebook groups, and they will be glad of the content. Usually.
You could do that, Heather.
Yeah. I mean, there are lots of ways to post your own patterns, if that's what you want, for free, and if you want to make them available for free, then there you go.
Like me, I've got one specific Facebook that I have all of my crocheting where I sell my stuff, the pricing and everything's in there. It is in my about page. So that's another good idea too, is opening one on Facebook that you can write your patterns in.
Do you know, you give me an idea. I have an Etsy store too, where I have some of my patterns, and I could also add that to Facebook Marketplace locally.
Yeah.
And I could, because in Etsy I say that as time permits, I might consider commissions on my own designs. So I could also do that locally through Facebook Marketplace, but you know, nothing happens until they buy the pattern.
Right.
You know.
Oh, Luna.
So, yeah. And actually, in this morning's meeting, a good point was made about underpricing our patterns, which I have been doing.
Yes.
Because I don't know. My rationale has been, and I know that my prices have been too low for the ones I charge for.
Right.
But it has been that I'm just getting my foot in the door. And as I add more patterns, particularly more complex patterns, the prices will be higher. And I'll also adjust the prices of the patterns that are there. In fact, just yesterday, I think it was yesterday, there was a non-hat pattern that had been free that I added a sale price to.
Yeah.
I made it unfree.
Well, and that was my issue. Like when I started back into crocheting and I started my small business, my husband was like, honey, you're not charging for your time. You're not charging for the shipping. You're just, you're being too nice. So now I charge
Exactly.
because shipping from, depending on what it is, shipping from Canada to the States is not cheap.
Well, I told
And
you
vice
that
versa.
when I sent you that package of granny squares,
Mm-hmm.
on a per ounce level, it was more expensive than a package I had just sent to Italy.
Yeah. Like it's crazy, you know?
Okay. So, yeah, so shipping, I will never, ever, unless I grossly inflate the price, I will never include shipping free.
Right. Yeah. It's expensive.
It's actually very unusual for me to offer a finished object on Etsy because I have just never made a sale that way. It just doesn't work for me.
Right.
And in fact, even in person, I just don't make sales. So
Right.
that cannot be my focus. My focus has to be on design and entertainment.
Right.
Because that's what I can do. And other people make a lot of money with executing finished objects, and make a lot of money with other things. But for me, it's got to be design and entertainment and instruction.
Yeah.
Computer, you want to come up?
Yeah, I agree.
Come on up.
Because I mean, a lot of the yarns, like here in Canada, for instance, like these, the regular price for the Caron Cotton Ripple Cake is $11.97. So you figure if you use 2 of these with taxes, that's over $20 for 2 cakes. Plus you're putting in your time, and then you're paying for the shipping. So you kind of got to get your profit.
If you actually charged what your time was worth, you would never sell anything.
Yeah, no. Because I went through to Google to find out exactly in the crochet or knitting on what prices are. And they are saying, and this is accurate, $10 an hour that you spend on working on a project.
They make more than that at McDonald's.
Right? Like it's crazy.
Mean, exactly. So, I mean, that is one reason that I just won't do it. Because if I did, I would be driven to crochet all the time, and it would become a chore, and I would hate it.
Yeah.
And considering how the crochet has been a salvation for my mental health, that is a bad thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that I just don't do finished objects for sale.
Right.
If I have finished objects and somebody wants them, usually I just give them away or donate them.
No, I haven't, Sharon. Where is that? I usually don't travel much. I haven't been because, well, pandemic and stuff. But
well, I'm waiting for it to get over, Sharon, so I can board that cat and come over to Nova Scotia because I'm in Maine.
I've always wanted to visit Nova Scotia.
Mm-hmm. They got a thing called the Cat, and it's one of those that has skis on the front, and this thing is fast. It's like an hour and a half from Maine to Nova Scotia.
Oh, yeah? Wow. I once heard about a trip, this was years ago, long before the pandemic, where you would be on a cruise ship at night, and during the day you would be on a train observing the scenery, and you would go from like the top of Maine all the way through New England and see all of that beautiful fall scenery from the train. And it was, just a couple of days. And then you would get back on the cruise ship at night, for a luxurious evening meal and whatever entertainment you had in the evening and sleeping in comfort. And then you would get back on the train and probably have as many beverages as you wanted. I'm all about the beverages.
That's right.
know, as long as you're not driving, the beverages are a wonderful thing.
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
I agree.
I will confess that in the past I have driven when I shouldn't, but I don't.
I have back in my younger days. Now I'm more often I'm the designated driver. Oh, I love you. Oh, my sweetheart.
Oh,
I knew a guy who was hit and his car was totaled by a drunk driver as he himself was leaving his first AA meeting.
wow.
How about that? I don't know if it was his first, but he was leaving an AA meeting, and
That's, yikes.
Yeah,
Well,
I've kept company with alcoholics.
I went out with my son and daughter-in-law Saturday night, and I was the designated driver. And it was actually, I had a great time because the more drunk people got, the more they thought I looked like Jerry Garcia.
It was funny when I was fat. People used to think I looked like Roger Ebert of Siskel and Ebert.
Oh,
And
wow.
then he got very, very sick and lost a lot of weight and died. So, but now, particularly on when I'm looking very thin and wearing contact lenses, people think I look like Vincent van Gogh.
Yeah, I could kind of see that.
Yeah, big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Roger Ebert or Vincent van Gogh. I once, actually, years and years ago when I was in school, I was in a... Have you ever been to a magical feast at Christmas time? Oh, they're so much fun. Seek one out if you can find one. But it's like a Renaissance reenactment, a Renaissance era reenactment, where, of course, they have food, but the entertainment and everything. And I was dressed like... I was very plump at the time and had this luscious red beard. And so I was dressed like Henry VIII. It was so much fun.
Oh, dear.
No, Sharon, I do know one thing. Nova Scotia has lost a lot of money because of all this going on, and Maine sure has, because Maine gets a ton, and I mean a ton of people from the southeast part of Canada here in the summertime.
Do you know, I think every local business, every particularly places that benefit from tourism, but even those who just have their own locals, every business has suffered, and so many have closed their doors forever.
Yeah.
And I hate the word forever because I think it's overused, but in this case, not so much.
And it's hurting a lot of small businesses, you know.
It really is. But at the same time, I don't want to minimize the impact and the tragedy to them.
Right.
The health of the nation has to be our primary focus.
Well, on that note, I get my shot tomorrow.
Oh, great. Great.
Oh.
I still need to look up and see when I'm eligible. I probably am already. I don't know for sure.
Well, if, no matter which side you lean on towards that, eventually here it's gonna be mandatory.
Yeah.
And if it's not mandatory, you won't be able to go anywhere without it.
Yeah. I mean, I've said before, and I don't mean this to be a political statement, but I think that anti-vaxxers in general are just misguided. regardless of what particular disease we're talking about. They're just misguided.
Right.
Well, I had to think about it real strong, and because like the conclusion I come to is, for schools, there's a dozen different things that kids have to be vaccinated for to go to schools,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and it's just another one.
It makes complete sense. Yes. Yes. Exactly. Exactly. And you know, I saw a meme that the people who are talking when they're talking about my body, my choice,
Yeah.
they don't even see the irony. Because I bet you dollars to donuts, they're the ones who are against reproductive rights
Mm-hmm.
and a woman's right to choose. But they say, when it's about them, my body, my choice.
Yeah,
Right.
there's too many people that want to have it both ways.
Well, I think that that's human nature, but
Mm.
also I
Yeah,
think that it's possible to grow up a little bit and,
yeah.
see that your perspective is not the only one in the world.
Mm-hmm. Well, in
Sometimes
the almost 40
you gotta
years
look at
that
the
I've
bigger.
been alive, I've had the flu shot twice, and both times, and it's no matter what shot you get, you're going to feel blah, you're going to have a headache, depending on how strong the vaccine is. And that's the same with this stuff that's going on in the vaccine that you're getting for that. It's the flu shot. But I've only had it twice, and both times I just felt blah, just tired, achy, sore, just blah.
And Heart Song Creations, I do understand what you're saying there, but I got to weigh both sides of it. If if I don't get the vaccination, I mean, one thing, if it does stop me from contaminating someone else, I'm all about that. And another is, if I can't go fishing, or I can't go to the store, or I can't go to a concert, or if I get caught in the community, I'm going to be fined.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a little poke in the arm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope that a few days of nausea is the worst thing that ever happens to you.
Yeah.
You know, if indeed, I've even long before this came about, people would say, "Oh, I'm not going to get the flu vaccine,"
Mm-hmm.
because this one time, this person I once heard of, this whatever the story is, but it's always anecdotal evidence.
Right. Well,
And you're making that anecdotal story universal, which in the first place is not science,
mm-hmm.
and in the second place, it's really not a good argument.
Right.
And thank you for that, David. I'm about the few days of nausea, but I'm already used to that. I've been married twice.
I got you there. Yeah. Huh. I understand. But
Well, like my daughter, she had there's the ones where you have to get the two, and then there's one that you just get the one.
I'm
She had
getting the
the one where
one.
she had her first vaccine. She was fine. Now the second one is where she had a headache and she had a temperature and felt nauseous. But the next day she woke up and she was good. It was just that second shot for the whole day. You just feel blah. It's like any normal vaccine.
exactly. And everyone who has ever told me, "Oh, I got sick after I had the flu vaccine. I got sick after this or that or the other vaccine," and I'm going, "You were probably going to get
We
sick
know
anyway."
That's
in
right.
1975 they had a swine flu outbreak,
I remember
and
that.
Yes.
I was in the army at the time. They were giving the general public 50 cc's, and they gave us 100, and it made
Wow.
everybody so sick that they closed Fort Bragg down. And
Wow.
they compared it to having heroin withdrawal. That's how
That's
bad it was.
crazy.
Really? Is it because of the amount that they administer to the people?
Yeah, they just wanted to see what 100 cc's would do instead of 50.
In other words, they were using you for medical experiments without your consent.
Right. Well, that's how the military works. You don't have any rights when you're in the military. They own you.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah. All for one and one for all.
Yeah. It is what it is.
I understand, and in some cases it's necessary. And it's not something I understand very much about because I don't have the experience. So I don't. I try not to speak judgmentally about it. Although anyone who knows me,
Yeah.
Well,
but it's
I know where you're coming from there, David, but the big picture is something like the military in that type of setting. You can't have 3 million people with different points of views and directions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I understand that, and it is. Perhaps, I don't know, we could get philosophical here, which I probably shouldn't.
Oh, philosophical is okay.
You know, the whole idea of having a military force is based on the perceived need of going to war. And I hate war with every fiber of my being.
Oh, I do as well. But
and in other news, I have just completed this hat.
Oh my gosh, that is pretty.
Someone challenged me because I had done the math on the yardage for this hat. And they said, "Oh,
color."
Yeah, they said, "Oh, then you could probably do it in one of those Dollar Tree Just Yarn skeins." And I did.
I love that color.
And this is what's left over.
Wow.
Yeah, so these skeins are 131 yards. So I haven't measured this, of course, but I just finished this as we're speaking.
Wow.
So, yeah, that goes directly to Melanie. So
it makes the pattern stand out.
You mentioned earlier, David, that you like to give your hats away, and that's a wonderful thing. But the flip side of that is, and I know not everybody's going to do it, but it does happen. If you have a unique pattern or a design like Katrina did there yesterday, someone's going to copy it, and they're going to make tons of money off of it.
And they're going to have to live with their own conscience.
Yeah.
And I can't take control of what they do. If they want to live that way, let them. I try to live as honestly as I can. And I try to be good.
And that's a great thing.
While at the same time being trying to make a living. So if they choose to do that, and they know when they're doing that they are acting dishonestly.
That's my niece.
That's on them. In the end, if more hats get on cold heads, then I'm okay.
Yeah.
If I don't get 99 cents a pattern, say I can go on living.
It's very hard to change human nature, David. That's why we still fight wars, and we have.
Oh yeah, I'm certainly not in the business of trying to change human nature. Unlike certain public figures we could mention, but I can't take control over other people's actions. Right. And even if I charged for that pattern, there are still going to be people who would copy it and claim it for their own and charge for it. So,
hey, Eureka.
And I know of cases where that has happened. Sorry?
Jerica Archer, that's my niece.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, excuse me. I'm still wiped out from last night.
Yeah,
Oh my
you look
God.
pretty tired by the end of your
I
marathon.
felt like I'd been rode hard and hung up wet.
Yeah.
Oh.
I ain't heard that in a while.
But it was still great fun the whole time.
It
And
was.
actually, yeah, my sister was very good to me, bringing in food and snacks and things. We had a great early dinner at about 1 o'clock. There was ham and broccoli casserole and stuff. And then about dinner time, she made me a ham sandwich that was absolutely delicious. And then a little later, she brought in other things for snacks, and she would like refill my tea cup.
Yeah.
And I would add other things to the tea.
You gotta have flavor.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know?
That's how I think. Anyway. Was it here that we were talking about Crystal's thumb drive? And I went and ordered it on the spot?
Yes.
I can't wait to get it. Actually, I might later today. I might go out to my PO. I'm sure it's not there yet, but I might go out to my PO box and see if it's there.
Hello, bears. Welcome in.
Oh, I don't believe I know you, Bears Crochet Critters, but it's good to meet you.
And thank you.
Oh, somebody asked about my puppy pillow behind me, and in the course of the live stream, we named him.
Oh, what's the name?
His name is now Horatio.
Horatio. That's a unique name.
And, you know, in the 19th century in England, it wasn't. Or 18th and 19th century, think of Horatio Hornblower.
Yes.
And I'm a big fan of 19th century British literature. So I thought it was perfect. And of course, I kept pointing to my subscribe sign, which came from Brenda, the newbie crocheter.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone should know Brenda because in addition to these beautiful woodwork things that her husband does, her channel has really great content.
Yes.
So we had a really good time yesterday. I'm still glowing a little bit.
You had close to 90 thumbs up last night when you ended.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because in StreamYard you don't see thumbs up. You just see who's in it, who's in the room at the moment.
Yeah, you're probably over 90 or probably 100 now for the thumbs up. You did amazing.
Oh, I think that's great. I'm glad to hear it. The hours, when I checked my hours this morning, they had not yet registered, which is not surprising. So in the course of the week, I hope to see a jump in hours.
You will.
I would calculate probably between 40 and 50 hours.
Yeah.
I would hope it's even more than that. Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah. Because I did an hour and a half one. My Wednesdays are usually an hour and a half. And that was the one where Crystal was there and she posted the link in her community tab. So I got a lot of people that day. And I think that day I had like 59 hours just from that 90 minutes. Wow. And I got 93 new subscribers in that 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have over 100 then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it takes a few days to register. I don't know.
Well, and you got to think, too, the people that didn't make it there also are going to be going
They're going to play the replay.
Well.
Exactly. Yeah. And in fact, Fiber Spider was there for,
yes.
He was there for well over an hour, and he's perfectly lovely. Even if we didn't have the YouTube and the crochet thing in common, I would love to have him as a friend. And we've chatted an awful lot. But he was there, and we had a great time. And I hope that in fact, I have asked him to direct some of his community over to watch the replay.
Definitely. He definitely helps out a lot and gives a lot of good vibes, you know.
Oh,
I wanted to do a recorded interview before I really understood how to do StreamYard. Now that I understand a little better, I could do a recorded thing with him and then post it later, and even edit it and then post it. But it took me a while to figure it out.
Oh.
Another thing too that a lot of channels do that does help out your channels as well. If you go to like YouTube and you want to, and like with Nightbot putting out their channels, those ones there, you can go to everybody's channel. You can share your screen and let everybody watch a little bit of their clips of their videos, which is another good way to help other channels get out there, you know, kind of get other people to know what their channel's about.
I'm not all that clear. I have to step away for a minute. I'm going to put the camera off, but I'll be back.
Okay. Yeah, Bears, that's true. He does amazing work, Fiber Spider. Welcome back, Susan.
Hey. What? I will kick your butt. We'll get you.
I will get Fiber Spider's channel here, and you guys can check him out. I'll put the link in the chat. There we go. Lisa just said that David has 472 views on his 10-hour marathon.
Wow. Oh, yeah, that's going to be well over 100 then.
Yep.
If he does live streams like that, he'll have them watch hours within a month.
Oh, definitely. Okay. Copy.
Luna.
Link here if you guys want to go check him out. He is a great channel. There you go. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Actually, I should put him in my Nightbot as well. Timers. Zad, Fiber Spider.
Thank you, Susan M. Right, rock that thumbs up.
I'm back. Did you miss me?
Yeah. So, David.
Yes.
You got over 400 views on your marathon last night.
Oh, really? Oh, that's great. I haven't looked at that.
Yep.
That's amazing.
That
is terrific.
Okay, so let's check here. Alrighty, so we are going to do 28.
$47 thumbs up, people. Let's get 3 more to give her 50. I know you can do that.
And we'll put them in the top command.
That sounds like a telethon.
Yeah.
We just need a few more $1,000 to reach our goal. You can do it. You can
like
fund. You can fund Downton Abbey and great performances and all of this with just a few dollars a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that husband and wife team there, man. They used to like to rake in the money.
Which husband and wife team? Oh, hi, Julie.
The
Hi,
Bakers.
Shanye Baker. I don't believe I know you, but I'm glad to meet you. Hi, Susan M.
So that's your views from your live last night.
Oh my goodness gracious! I did not know that.
Welcome back, Chandler.
Welcome back, Chandler.
Yeah.
It was Mr. and Mrs. Baker, David. And the missus had on so much makeup she needed to prop her head up.
Tammy Faye style makeup.
Yep, Tammy Faye Baker.
Tammy Faye actually, it turns out, was a lovely and giving and very charitable woman.
Mm-hmm.
I have read.
Yeah.
It's just her association with that whole organization that, is unfortunate. But I have read that she was perfectly lovely and loving to all. I mean, truly what they want to call a Christian spirit.
Right.
And you can be a loving and giving person, but you still can't break the law.
That's right.
I don't believe she was the one who broke the law. I think it was Jim.
Yeah.
And, well, on the other hand, time has not been kind to Jim Baker.
No.
I mean, that is a very catty thing to say, and I apologize. But it's true.
Didn't she pass away?
She did. She had some sort of cancer. I don't remember what kind.
Oh.
Heart Song says that the way she painted her face makes her wary. That's a defense. Some people, their personality is a defense. Some people, their hairspray is a defense. And in her case, it was her. But because I think she probably was a very tender-hearted woman. And I think that the world that she found herself in was very cruel.
Yeah.
And this is all just perception. I don't base that on fact. I don't know anything. I'm just basing that on things I have read, and I don't know the whole story.
Well, that Southern cook woman there, she was a nice lady, but then again,
Pauline?
she made racial comments 20 years ago, and people just they don't want to hear that stuff. And
they never look. I don't want to excuse the comment itself, but people never look at the context.
Exactly.
And people were apparently trying to bring her down. I mean, there are people who make hobbies out of bringing public figures down, which I don't know what makes them happy themselves, but I mean,
Hey,
I have. I'm sorry.
I said, "Hey, DJ."
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's my brother.
Oh, hey, TJ. Glad to meet you. Anyway, aside from that one comment that was taken out of context, and we really don't know the circumstances, but we do know her upbringing, and we know how hard it is for all of us to get past our upbringing. I know I come from poor Southern white people myself, and it's a struggle for me sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a smart guy, and I try to measure my words. I have said things that I regret.
I
You
think we
know?
all have.
So, that one comment taken out of context by a public figure, I don't think that
Where?
the consequences that she suffered were quite appropriate, but she is still going strong, I will
Daryl,
say. What is Daryl
no,
whispering to you about? No secrets here.
Got my brother in here, my niece in here.
Oh. Anyway, am I making sense in my blather?
yeah, and I agree with you, David. But you know, the flip side, unfortunately, today is we're in a cancel culture society, but it seems to
I
only work
hate that
one
phrase.
way. You know, if you
Mm.
if you believe in one way, then it's okay for you to say whatever you want. In particular, a gentleman running for Congress in California sent Candace Owens a picture of a KKK hood on social media, and that was okay.
That's absolutely not okay.
It was for this person.
I don't know which side of the aisle either one of them is on, but it's absolutely not okay.
No, I don't think it's okay, but Candace Owens is a conservative, and this person was a Democrat running in California.
That was totally inappropriate. You want
I think so.
people in elected positions who can express themselves with reserve, who think about what they're saying, who know what they're saying, who don't go off the cuff like a lot of people we could name. But and that doesn't happen because people who express themselves with well-measured and thought-out words don't get media coverage,
Mhm.
and it's these sound bites that get votes. So, it just makes me crazy. I was,
It
I,
does,
TJ,
it does me too, because
I'll put the link in the chat, TJ. All you got to do is click that link and see if you can come up.
oh, you're working? Oh, yes, Katrina, you were talking about a bag-o-day sweater you were going to work on.
Yeah, I actually started it today.
Do you have the picture from the pattern?
It's the she doesn't have the tutorial number, but it's the easy I got it written down here. I write everything down.
Was it a written pattern that you got from her?
No,
or?
it was a tutorial. It's called the crochet sweater / crochet easy sweater. It's done in the granny all the way around.
Oh, okay.
Long sleeve, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I have bought 2 of her men's sweater patterns. One is a crew neck and one is a cardigan.
Yes.
And I've made them and worn them and enjoyed them. And I tend to make things too big for me because I used to be so heavy myself, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to make a new one. And I'm looking forward to getting that thumb drive. I just can't wait. I'm sure it'll come at some point this week.
Yeah, definitely.
And as I said, it was Saturday, I guess, when I bought it while I was on with you.
Mm-hmm.
You can bet yourself dollars to donuts simply because I bought
Wednesday, because I do mine Monday and Wednesday. So you should get it this week because it was Wednesday you bought it.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you should have it soon.
Anyway, yeah. Well,
I'll be right back.
Okay, Grandpa.
Waiting breathlessly for your return. Or not.
So just click that link, TJ, that I posted with the with my name, and it says StreamYard. You might have to download the app. I'm not too sure. I don't know. I'm on phones.
Oh, I'm glad to see your Nightbot linked to Affordably Crafty. We love Kim.
Mm-hmm.
We love her dearly. She was up. I think you were no longer there, but she was up for quite a while. Oh, is that AJ?
That's my brother TJ.
Yes, it
Oh,
is.
okay.
Hi,
I'm
how are you?
sorry. Okay. But yeah, Kim was up with me last night for a while, and she didn't say much because I was running my mouth, and I think Jane was the other person who was on Be Yourself with Jane.
Yeah.
And, both of us can talk a mile a minute.
Yeah.
So Kim was just listening, but it really felt good to have her there, as if we were like all in a room chatting, and she was there. So her presence was valuable, even though she didn't say a lot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Just having her there, you feel,
yeah, I mean, I really, I love doing these lives, honestly, and YouTube has become my social life in this
Yeah.
age that we're in.
YouTube's
But,
also become a job for a lot of people, and especially in the COVID-19 time that we're in.
yeah, well, I'm trying to make it my job, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, me too. I'm just having trouble trying to figure out what to do. I'm into all sorts of things. I'm a musician. I'm into bushcrafting, hunting, fishing. So
What kind
many
of
options
music?
out there. I've been playing heavy metal guitar for a little over 20 years.
Cool. Have you posted things about your music and found an audience there?
I think he's got a bit of.
You know what? I haven't posted any of my personal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You might find an audience there. I have a classical music background, and so I
That's
don't.
awesome.
That's actually a separate thing. I have an opera blog. Look, Granny D's in the room. Yay! But anyway, I that is a separate thing. It's part of me as the me that I present on YouTube, but the things that I write about opera, they're mostly in my separate opera blog, which of course I link in every description of my video. So, so I think that with any YouTuber, it's really finding where your passion meets with an audience, you
Right.
know? So,
Yeah, that's the hardest thing too.
yeah.
I thought about going into paranormal investigation because that really tweaks my interests as well. But you look on
that sounds
YouTube and
fascinating.
yeah, I'm very much into the supernatural, very much so. I think it's my curiosity of what is after life. Do you know what I mean?
I think we all have that. I think that for thousands of years we have that, and that's the basis for all of the literature that we consider sacred.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes. I'm also a firm believer that a lot of the literature out there from different faiths have been written by none other than humans. So those, I believe, should be taken with a grain of salt, because the true knowledge of humanity burned with the burning of the Library of Alexandria.
That sounds like a great discussion, and I would love to talk with you about that because I don't know anything about that, and I want to learn.
Oh, look online, Library of Alexandria. You'll find a lot of documents about it.
Yeah,
it existed during the time of Alexander the Great.
Yeah. I mean, the world is full of histories of of huge accumulations of written knowledge being destroyed,
and human accomplishments,
and then more accumulations of human knowledge are destroyed, and then even more. I mean, that's what happened in Berlin.
Yep.
That's what happened. Do you remember? Was it in the 80s or 90s?
The fall of the Berlin Wall?
No. Yes, that happened in the 80s, but there in Iran or Iraq, there were these huge prehistoric sculptures dedicated to the Buddha that were destroyed because they conflicted with
Their religious belief.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think we as humans should go around and destroying other religions, artifacts, or
Exactly.
shrines, because it obviously means something to that group of people. Like, we have Christianity, and who are we to go around to just, okay, you can't worship that, or you can't worship that. God, the Creator, gave this earth to all of us, and in order for us to get through any kind of turmoil, any pandemic, the human race have to work together as a whole. We need to come together as a world, as a unity, and realize that the people that are actually in power do not have our best interests at heart by any means. They're only out for their gain and their gain only.
Oh my God, I agree with you wholeheartedly. There are so many starting points just from that comment
Katrina,
alone.
your video is glitching out.
Is
What?
it?
Sorry.
Yeah, I see Grandpa's image glitching out on your screen here. Hey, Grandpa.
I see him.
That's his
Yeah.
green
How
screen.
you doing? And
He's
I
okay.
I have to agree with
Yeah.
you. I've seen many wonderful sculptures, you know, commemorating booty.
I think we're talking about two different things here, and that's okay too. I mean,
the Sunset
I think
Strip in Los Angeles, California. That's got a lot of shrines to booty.
Yeah. But I think, TJ, that we have a lot that we could talk about, and just there's so much. But I completely agree with everything that you've said, and there's so many starting points from what you've just said, and I'm not even going to get into the word worship itself, because that would probably get me banned from YouTube.
Yeah, the two things in this world that divides humanity is politics and religion. I belong to the Order of the Freemasons. I'm a 3rd degree Master Mason, and
really?
I am. And we don't discuss politics or religion. And a matter of fact, to show you, just give me one second.
Lisa. Thanks for coming.
Oh, is somebody leaving us? I'm sorry.
Lisa's heading out. She's got to go.
Okay. Bye, Lisa. Okay. So TJ, have you ever seen the
There's my
magic
apron.
flute? Oh, okay, that's cool. I like that. Have you ever seen
what?
Have you ever seen the magic flute?
No.
That is an opera by Mozart, sort of a Singspiel, which means basically a musical comedy from like 1792. Exactly 1792. But it's the libretto is based very, very heavily on the Freemason tradition. There's a lot of Freemasonry in the libretto that the general public doesn't really know.
I know Grandpa's from the States. Whereabouts are you from?
I'm in North Carolina.
Excellent. There's actually a lot of Masons that took part in the signing of your Declaration of Independence.
I'm not surprised.
George Washington was a Grand Master of his lodge when he signed. Benjamin Franklin was a Grand Master at the time of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Very, very, very smart and influential people in the creation of the United States of America.
Of course, and then it went all to hell.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And same can be said here in Canada, man. Our leader is not is a few pencils short of a full box.
Yeah.
Well,
like,
listen, we endured 2 Bushes and a Trump. You can't beat that in terms of suffering.
We had Brian Mulroney, which introduced the free trade agreement. Pierre Trudeau, which signed away the right for Canada to print their own money. And then we got his son, Justin. The only good thing he's done here in Canada is legalize marijuana, which has saved taxpayers $250 a day to keep somebody in jail for something like that.
And seeing how you went there, David, I have to say that one year of Biden probably going to be worse than both of those put together.
Amen.
Well, then let's talk about that 4 years from now.
I'm talking about right now, we're already on the verge of destroying our Constitution.
Let's talk about that 4 years from now.
Same's happening in Canada.
Yeah. I'm not a debater. I'm very bad
How's
at debate.
how's the COVID situation in your states?
It varies from state to state.
Yeah, same here,
And
province
city
to province.
to city, yeah.
I
North
think it matters
Carolina-
I think it matters on the population, really. The more people, like bigger cities, are going to have higher case counts versus a rural city or a rural town.
North Carolina has military bases and tourist attractions. So I think that is why we have been hit harder than expected.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's tough.
So, Kat, are you guys going to be coming over when you're done your live?
Yeah, probably.
All right. Yeah, we're going to order pizza.
Oh.
I'll come over too.
Not
love
for
pizza.
everyone.
I'm pretty sure by the time FedEx made it to you guys, the pizza would be no good.
Hey, I like cold pizza too. But actually, I have a lot of leftovers from yesterday's dinner.
Yeah.
Mine and Kat's dad was a truck driver for 27 years, so I've gotten to see the beauty of the United States of America and the beauty of Canada. And you really want to know what I've seen? Nothing. There isn't much of a difference. The only difference I find is the flag. That's it. It's the flag.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we make generalizations about the people. You know, Canadians are polite, but
not all of us. Believe me, I'm polite.
I'm quite sure of it. Yeah, but
And
Americans
I do wear a toque, though. Wear a toque, though.
I'll bet you play hockey and drink beer, right?
No, I don't like beer. I prefer Crown Royal and ginger ale over. I prefer rye and ginger.
No, for me it's Tito's, dirty. What did they call it?
Oh, Jenny.
Martini, vodka martini, with Tito's. But anyway, what was I going to say? But you know, Canadians are polite and drink beer and play hockey. Americans are pigs and only interested in SUVs and big screen TVs and beer, and really, really, really cheap beer.
Oh, let's not forget Canadians also like going out drinking and fighting.
Well, yeah, Americans too. Yeah.
I think that's a North American thing. Honestly, I think that's in all of us.
It's just probably a universal thing amongst men between probably 15 and 30.
Yeah, and not just that. If you do a lot of DNA, if you do a DNA test on every single Canadian and American, you will find that we will have a lot of Norwegian or Scandinavian DNA in us, because let's face it, a lot of our ancestors came from Europe. Like my dad's side of the family here in Canada are Woodland Cree, so my sister and I are a quarter Native Canadian. On my mom's side, we are English, Scottish, and Norwegian.
I am 100% English, Scottish, and other things from the British Isles, but hundreds of years removed, because both sides of my family were in North Carolina tilling the soil for generation upon generation.
Yeah, and me being a native, my theory is this: what right do I have to pay any less money to live than the next person. Why? Because my ancestors had the land first? No, that doesn't give me the right. That was my ancestors. That wasn't me, right?
I'm not sure what you're referring to there.
Like I'm talking about a lot of the people that are bitching about the Europeans coming over here and stealing land and crap like that.
Well, it's
Like
a fact.
the
It
native stat
happened.
card. No, I know that.
You
I know
know,
that. I'm talking about the
we,
Indian status card. In Canada, we got a
yeah.
thing called the Indian status card, which if
We
you
have,
are
yeah.
if
We
you're
have-
a quarter
we
native, it
have-
exempts you from paying taxes. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that that's right. I don't believe that just because of something somebody has exempts them from the right to live any different than the next person. Like I said, we're all in this together. We all should be living comfortably, equally.
I agree with you. We have the same thing with some other minorities.
Kat, your room's getting
where-
huge. There's so much yarn everywhere.
I know.
Oh yeah, it's true. I wish I had that kind of space and that amount of yarn. But anyway,
It's all
we have the
weird.
same thing with certain minorities who
Absolutely. The problem in this world is
it's
hatred.
like, sorry,
The
is this
problem
hatred?
Yeah, the problem with the world is hatred. You need to love
Exactly.
thy neighbor.
And that starts with
Well,
loving yourself and learning yourself. People don't learn how to learn themselves, and
It's the
I
way we're
think,
conditioned by society, I think.
of course, especially men, they are conditioned not to
Right,
feel
Peggy.
or not to show feeling. But you know, these
I can't see
they're
who's popping into the chat room. I just see the video chat. So I can't say hi to anybody that's popping in, but hi.
Oh no, I understand that. Yeah, you're on your phone, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I would love to talk to you offline if we have to end this at some point. But what I'm saying is, there are horrible things that happened to
Good people.
good people of other cultures, and horrible things continue to happen to good people of other cultures. But
Hey, Mark, how are you?
and TJ, I agree.
I think where I'm going with this is the way to move forward is within yourself, not trading on past injuries.
I honestly
Now,
think
if
the way
someone
that we
hurts
move forward,
you, let's go ahead.
I think the way that the human race as a whole can move forward is if we learn from the mistakes of the past,
Exactly.
so we don't repeat them in the future, which is exactly what's happening in society today.
And well, that's the old curse. Those who don't learn their history are doomed to repeat it, and it
That's
happens
correct.
over and over and over again.
And if you look past
And,
the human
as
history, it's a pattern.
as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be.
That's right.
It's
Hello, Amanda.
that's human nature. We can't help that. What we can do, the only thing we can control is ourselves. Do I choose to move myself forward with my own resources? Do I take now?
My wife getting boxes ready.
Oh, lovely. Now,
say hi, honey. You're on live.
Hi, TJ's wife. Hi. Now, we
My door alarm.
Oh, I want to see your dog.
You want to see our dogs?
I am passionate about dogs, but but what I'm saying is that we have to work from a place of equality. So we have to assume that every person of every background has
Daryl,
the same kinds of resources available to him in terms of education and opportunity. But assuming that is available, which is
See,
not true. It is not true.
I
in every
shared a
case.
post on Facebook the other day. It was a post that I shared from a mutual friend of mine's page.
Uh-huh.
And it said, it doesn't matter if you live in a $5 a month house or own $1 million home, make $5 an hour or $30 an hour. No human being is better than the next person. We're
It's
all on
true.
an equal playing field. Because in the end, when everything is all said and done, we all go to the same place. You can't
It's
take
true.
material wealth with you.
It's true. It's true. And we can only work with what we have.
Absolutely.
And it is
And
true that some of us start out with less than others.
it is.
And
It is. And with the world as abundant and as big as it is, I read a post in Detroit, Michigan. They took an entire city block of rundown houses, and you can actually find this online. Type in street garden in Detroit City. An entire block, 2 blocks of houses were demolished, and then on the plots where the houses was, a community garden, cultivated vegetables, fruit, whatever you may have at a vegetable garden or a community garden, and people in that community are allowed to go there, get what they need, and take it. Now that, to me, that is living. That is community at its human interaction at its best. And if the world can learn one thing from that, that is that together as a human race we can create an abundance, and there'd be no need for taxation. There'd be no need for a flawed monetary system that we have now in all countries.
well, getting into economics is a totally separate discussion.
Oh,
but,
absolutely.
that really sounds like a beautiful story, and I've read a lot of beautiful stories about the goodwill that is inherent in most people, unless it's been beaten out of them.
There's a lot more good in this world than there is evil. The problem is that the good, once good starts happening, the evil sees it as good and sees where it's going, and then it's repressed. It's stamped out before any good can become of it. Prime example is Nikola Tesla. He came up with a device that would give humanity free electricity, and now we're on a grid.
I don't know all the specifics behind that story.
Like this
but
show,
I do,
Alaska, the Bush people of Alaska. I love that show because those guys, that's the way I would love to live. 100% off the land, off the grid, like build my own home, well my own water. That would be amazing. But you can't do that nowadays. It's hard.
well, also consider compared to me, you're young, you're healthy. You can
I'm 42.
Do that sort of
I'm
thing.
not that young.
I'm 58. You're young.
You don't look 58. I could have said you definitely don't look 58.
Well, thank you, but you're young, and you're healthy, and you can do that sort of thing. And I agree. There's a balance that needs to exist between private venture and public service and public utilities, because there needs to be a public grid where it's possible. And then people who choose to live in places where it is not possible, it is their responsibility to provide for themselves, because that is their choice. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. I believe that every person on the planet should have a choice to live the way they choose to live.
Exactly. And not everyone can make the choice they wish that they could. There is that as well.
You're right. But, and a lot of the reasons why people can't make those choices is because they are bound by a monetary system. It's because you got to pay for this. You got to pay taxes on that. You got to pay taxes on this. You got to pay taxes on that. A lot of people don't know, but taxation, income tax, what we pay every time we go to the grocery store, buy a bag of milk or a pack of cigarettes or a bottle of pop, or go out and treat our loved ones to dinner, all that was supposed to be abolished in both the United States and Canada after World War II. It was our lovely leaders that decided to keep that in, because the tax was only supposed to fuel the war effort, and that was it.
I did not know that, but it doesn't surprise me. And honestly, I think of taxes as a necessary evil.
Now it is, yes, absolutely.
And
absolutely.
you know, there, because you rely on, I mean, who you need the teachers, you need the policemen, you need the firemen. You don't really need the politicians as much as they think you do, but you know what I mean. But you have to pay for public services. You need the garbage men in those places where garbage men is a public service.
Those are what I call essentials. Like those, I'm willing to pay the taxes of the people that are patrolling the streets. I'm willing to pay the people that patrol the streets, protect my neighborhood, protect my children, protect local businesses, the people that save lives, put out fires. That makes sense. That makes sense to pay those people, because those guys are putting their lives on the line. But a person that, say, owns a Fortune 500 company that makes, I don't know, let's say $5 billion a year, or the Fortune 500s that have benefited off of this pandemic, they do not need that much money, or don't need to be paid that much money, because all they're doing is sitting behind a desk pushing a pencil or moving a computer mouse around. It's guys like you and us that come on here to try to build a platform so we can scrape some of that from their pockets.
I agree with you. I'm sorry that we have hijacked this entire
yeah, Kat, I'm sorry,
but
you can smack me later when you come over to the house. I'll just stand there and pull my chin out.
But I think this is a great conversation, and I honestly, TJ, if you have a channel, I want to seek you out. And
actually, the name of the channel literally is the name on the video.
TJ Archer. Okay.
Yeah.
And mine is, if you search for my name, David Browning, and the hashtag.
I think Katrina's sending me the link.
Okay, cool. But I agree with you that there is a huge amount of inequality in the taxation system.
Absolutely. Like I'm not totally against taxes. I'm not totally against government. I'm not an anarchist like that. But what I am against is politicians thinking that they can push the little people around while they're sitting up on their golden pedestals. Like, give some of the younger generation a chance to lead. Let's see what their visions are.
How would it be if we stopped thinking of ourselves as little people and stopped thinking of them as being on a pedestal, and started thinking of ourselves as empowered to make our wants and needs and views known to all of those politicians who seem to be on a pedestal, but they're not. And
they're only there because they're put there.
Well, exactly. And
what do you want to ask?
You know, it's always about money, and
I still can't. I can't talk.
Oh, Katrina, Laura just popped in and she can't get onto your chat. How do you do that?
What is it telling her? What does it tell her on the bottom of the chat?
It just says claim now gift cards.
Okay. Heart Song is saying we're beating a dead horse.
Hey, you know what?
We probably should take it offline. Yeah.
I do not disagree. Beating a dead horse is correct.
Yeah.
I wanted to make a comment.
Yes, Grandpa.
On solar energy, which I think is a wonderful thing. But once again, here in Maine, it comes down to the almighty dollar, because the latest commercial that's all over the place is that one drop of water produces enough energy for a Canadian hydro dam to supply enough electricity for Maine for 6 months, which would be a wonderful thing. But what they don't tell you is every bit of energy that they put here in Maine, solar panels and windmills, it's all shipped out of state.
Yeah, that's the same as a lot of stuff here that's made. A lot a lot of the stuff that's made here in Canada is shipped out of province or out of country. And yeah, I think that's the problem there, is what lies in the problem as well. There's not enough infrastructure or jobs that are in the areas that need them the most. That is the biggest problem in the world today, is jobs and homes.
And again, that is an economic
Thanks for the
need
shout
that
out,
is
Katrina Crochet
universal.
World.
Yeah.
Welcome.
I clicked on the link. I opened it in a separate tab, and I'm gonna look into it after we close here. And I will definitely subscribe. I hope you'll subscribe.
And if you want to check out my band, it is Manic Temptress. We're on SoundCloud.com, and it's Manic with a K.
Yeah. Let's talk about puppies.
Puppies. My puppies ended up disappearing. We have two Shih Tzus.
They're actually quite nice. My ex's sister and her husband got a Shih Tzu Lhasa Apso mix from a rescue. So of course I called it a Shitsalot or a Lhasa Shits. But such a cute little puppy. There are pictures in existence of me with that puppy, but I would have to post them separately because I don't know where they are. But,
all right, well, everybody, I've got to get going here and order some dinner. Kat, when should I be expecting you and Daryl?
I'm going to end this in like 3 minutes.
Okay. It was a pleasure meeting you. And Grandpa, always a pleasure to see you, my friend. I love the green screen. We'll see you guys later. Peace out.
Okay.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Trace is like, yes, order pizza.
I love pizza. I am sorry that we hijacked the whole
okay.
stream with our discussion.
That's okay.
I mean, I like him a lot, and I want to talk with him a lot more.
Yeah, he's got lots to say about the world, that's for sure.
Well, so do I.
Yeah.
And I think that in general, we're pretty much in agreement about a lot of things.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. Specifics, maybe not so much, but that's okay. That's what makes the world go round.
It's always good to have different people, you know, because you don't know.
Exactly. Now,
all different types.
You know, on Facebook, people say, I don't like Facebook anymore, for one thing. But people say if you only befriend people who agree with you, then you're limiting your world. But you know what? And I'm creating a world that I want in Facebook.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
It's not exactly. I'm creating a community that I want. So if you're going to talk about stuff that I think is pure bullshit and completely offensive, I don't have to deal with it. And
that's right.
Goodbye.
Yeah. And that's what I will always say to this day, you know, the way you live your life, it's up to that person to change it. Like, you're the only person that can make your life the way you're living, you know? You're the only person. If you want to be a downer, you're going to be that downer unless you change yourself. You know, if you're going to be happy, you're going to be happy. You know, it's only yourself that can change. Nobody can change you.
I have had I've had downer periods, and I've been called out for it.
Yep.
And it was painful in the moment, but it was true.
Yep.
So I'm very fortunate that right now I'm not in one of those periods.
Right.
And I'm feeling motivated, and I want to do stuff. And the more I do, the more I want to do. It sort of snowballs that way.
That's right. Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
you know, not everybody experiences that. Some people
Mhm.
live in that downer world.
Mhm.
I have had extended periods in that downer world,
Yeah.
so I know what it's like.
Mhm.
Anyway, moving right along. Let's talk about puppies.
Let's talk about puppies. Well, I'm going to end this live stream because apparently we're going over to my brother's for pizza tonight for supper. So I want to thank everybody, all my new, like my members that have joined my channel, the family. This is family. We are family. Everybody, whether you're a member or you're subscribed, we're all family. We're here for each other. We're here to support each other. I want to thank everybody for coming in, my brother for coming up on panel. David and Grandpa, thank you so much for coming up on panel. Grandpa will be live tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern. What time are you live next, David?
I have Topic Tuesdays, 2 to 3, and then immediately afterwards we go to Brenda the Newbie Crocheter.
Right.
I have Wednesday Free for All at 6 o'clock, immediately following Granny D.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, those are my regularly scheduled live streams, and then I have recorded videos every other day.
Okay. Another thing I would like to mention, I don't know if any of you have watched her latest video. I don't know if she's still in the hospital, but we need prayers for her. I want to say her channel, I call her Linda the Crochet Sister. She is in hospital. She's been, they're trying to find out why she's getting all these dizzy spells and passing out. So we want to pray for her and she gets better. And hopefully pray that everything is going to turn it all right for her. I'm pretty sure it's Linda the Crochet Sister. I can't remember her channel, but
I'm not sure I know the person you mentioned, but I will look for her.
let me go back into my YouTube because I want to be sure of what her channel is. She just posted it not long ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I could go into my my watch actually. History. It's she's been through a lot of health issues.
Yeah, that happens.
Oh, Linda Just a Crochet Sister. That's her channel name.
Okay, you're posting a link?
Yes, I will go there. I'm going to mute for a second just in case it plays. I will post the video that she put up that she was in the hospital. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do something even better so that we can pray while we watch this for her. I will play her video and we can watch it.
Hi girls, this is Linda, just Crochet Sister. I'm in the emergency room. It's Easter Sunday, and that sucks. My blood pressure was like 198 over something and 100 and something, and Andy got scared and wanted me to come and see the doctor. So I'm trying to lay here, try and get back to you and let you know what's happening. Here's my machine. I don't know what's wrong. I keep passing out. I have these dizzy spells, and it sucks. So I'll see you later. I'm going to push my little button. Bye. I love you.
So yes, if we can pray for her and, you know, hope everything gets better for her. She's been through a lot. So I'm going to end this now, guys, and I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow on Grandpa's Live. And you guys have a great night and have a good dinner. I will talk to you later. Bye, everyone.
Take care, everyone. Hello, Lucky. Goodbye, Lucky.